Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Yes, so in this week's video we're going to be exploring Ladies Mile, which is a site down in Devon. Now I'm going to give you a bit of a guided tour, what to expect, what's on site, and hopefully this sort of guided tour will give you the information that you need if you're thinking about going to this site in the future. So this is the main entrance. There is a couple of entrances around the park, but this is the main one that you need to enter to be able to gain access. Yeah, it's just here on the right hand side, but there is a couple of parks in and around this area, so just make sure that you do get the right entrance. And as you come up here on the right hand side, there is a car park, but if you've set up the correct details for your vehicle, you should just be able to drive straight through, and reception is there, so somebody can just jump out, get your welcome pack, and then you don't have to worry about trying to park up whilst you're trying to get that. You can just come straight through the barrier, and there is actually areas here once you get through on the left hand side, so my recommendation would be is just to come up here and just park up here on the left hand side. There's enough space to get by for other vehicles if they're there. Now here on the right hand side is your sort of standard pitches that you would get. I think they're just electric hookup only. But that goes back quite a way, but again you can see that in a second from an aerial shot that I've got, and that's the lower tier, and you've got like parks and skate parks in and around that area. And then as you come up the hill, which isn't as bad as it looks in this video, this is the second tier where you come up to sort of the fully serviced pitches. What you don't get is an allocated pitch. What they do is just make sure that they haven't overbooked, and then you're able to come along and choose a pitch that's available as you get up here. So it might be worth stopping at the beginning just to see what's about. Otherwise you might come down one of these to have to turn around and come back out because they don't follow around. One thing to note, and something that I haven't seen on any other sites, and it might be common, but again I haven't seen it, and this is around their sort of electricity policy. And what happens here is actually once you hook up, there is a QR code that you scan, and what you're entitled to each day is 8 kilowatts of electricity. Anything over that and you are charged at a rate, I think it says on here 23p per kilowatt, and I think that's sort of the national average of what to expect. So it's just making sure that you don't abuse sort of the electricity on site by charging multiple things, cars, lots of different things. So I'm guessing they're trying to get around that side of things. So yeah, definitely worth having a look at. So this will give you a really good idea of what the size of the park is. Bottom right corner was the service pitches that we just drove into. You've got additional standard pitches up the top, and areas for larger vehicles. And then this marquee is set up throughout the day, and I think it's mainly for the summer months, which is where they've got different entertainment for the kids, but singers, and there's food area there as well. So if you don't want to go down to the main area and you want to sort of make use of the late summer evenings, then that's a perfect spot to go to. Now in the bottom lower tier here, you've got your usual kids areas, so you've got your football pitches, your skate parks, and areas that you've got statics, seasonal pitches, standard pitches that you can rent as well. So they do cater for most options here. Now coming up obviously is your main entertainment space, so definitely worth a little wander around the site just to see the different setups, but they've certainly got an option for most. So this is the main entrance, as I said, on the left hand side, and as you go through, this is going to sort of take you through to the main complex. Now on the left hand side there, you can order food to take away if you don't want to go into the main restaurant. And then you obviously got your pool and your outdoor seating area here. Now down the far end you've got changing rooms for the swimming pool, and then you've got your local shop and laundrette. Now as we go down here on the left hand side, this is where it then splits. So if you want to go into the indoor pool, you can go down on the left hand side, and then this takes you into the arcade as well on the right hand side. No standard sort of arcade, not massive, but something there for the kids if that's what they're looking to do and spend a little bit of their pocket money. But like you say, pretty basic, but does get very hot in there of an evening. So not an area that you really want to hang about in. Now you can access the main entertainment space from down here, so you don't have to go back outside. So there is stairs here on the left hand side which will take you back up to the main venue. Like I say, the main venue will have an entertainment guide that you can access online, as well as obviously it will be advertised in the doorways as well of what's actually happening. And there's lots of seating area here, so again, if you want food, you can get that, and the food is very nice here as well. And then on here, as you go through, you've got your sort of kids area on the right hand side, and what they've done is split up a little bit here. So on the left hand side, obviously you've got your bar, but also you've got an area where they have like Sky Sports going on, so if there's any sort of big events happening, you can have a bit of a divide between the two. So yeah, if you're not interested in the kids entertainment, then yeah, you can definitely hide this side. And then down here on the right is sort of just a quieter space, so again, if you sort of sit down here and have something to eat, then you can do so. And the windows you see on the right hand side just sort of look down onto the indoor pool. But yeah, definitely worth recommending if you are going to sort of play bingo or come down for the entertainment. Then it's definitely, as always, sort of get down there early and grab a table as and when you can, because yeah, they can be limited at times, and certainly depending on what time of year that you're going at. And then you've got small soft play here, and then it just takes you back out into the main balcony. So this is your outdoor pool. You will need to book this via the app, but when we were there, it was never that busy in terms of not being able to get a space, so that's pretty straightforward. And it has a real good deep area. It's at the end, it's about over 2 meters deep, so yeah, bit of dive bombing and yeah, retrieving of different things if you're going to chuck it in the pool. But yeah, it's heated and good flume there, so recommended to definitely try it out. And obviously got a bit of a baby area as well, but if the weather's not too great, they do have an indoor pool, and again, you'll need to pre-book that the same way. But yeah, it's both really nice in terms of the setup, and yeah, clean and tidy, which is what you're looking for. So this is the marquee area. Like I say, you can get lots of different types of food and drink up here, and you've got the pods up here. But yeah, it's a really nice area of a nice sunny evening. But throughout the day, they have kids entertainment, as well as singers of an evening. So it's definitely worth checking out the TV guide, what's going on. But on this day, they certainly had a lot of kids entertainment throughout the day. Yeah, at one point we had obviously wrestling, and then just in sort of the play field, they had lots of different inflatables set up for the kids. So yeah, it was worth going up and just sort of spending a couple of hours up there and just trying out the different stuff. And all this was absolutely free. They'd put on for the kids. 78. So at the top of the park, there is a gate that comes out, which is here on the left hand side, and this will take you down to the beach area. Now if you're looking for a nice stroll, then yeah, highly recommended. It is a nice walk down and back up again, but if you're having to carry loads of stuff because you're going to go for the beach for the day, then yeah, you probably want to take the car, because yeah, it's pretty hilly on the way back up again, and yeah, you're not going to be liking that too much, I don't think, unless you enjoy that kind of thing. Now there, like I say, there is a pub halfway up, so that might save you. But yeah, probably the recommendation is just to drive down as we did. There's plenty of parking down here as well. But there is actually a bigger car park if you continue through under the sort of mini bridge where the trains come over, and yeah, you're able to come into the sort of main beach car park, so you haven't got too far to go. And in here is sort of your main amusement area, and path to the beach. But yeah, we didn't find any issues parking down here, but as always, there's no guarantees. But I'd probably head this way.
So if you are going to head down to the beach, this will give you a good idea of what to expect. Now obviously the tide's out at the moment, but there's plenty of beach there, so you're not going to get caught short in terms of finding a space. And they've got quite a lot of different facilities here, so you can get down here for the day without any issues. Now this first building is a big amusement area. On the left you've got a big pub and restaurant, and then on the right here is sort of clothing and accessories for the beach. And then as you go further back here, you've got some more designer outlets in terms of clothing. Yeah, like I say, most things are here to cater for your needs. And then you've got the car park, which is, like I say, a short distance from that beach, so probably the one I would recommend if you're going to head down this way. And then it does have a small fun fair here for the kids, but like I say, it's quite limited in terms of what's there, and I would sort of say it's for the smaller kids rather than anything else. But yeah, like I say, go-kart track and a few other items there, but worth exploring if you get the chance. So they do have a load of coastal paths here that you can follow around as well, and on a regular basis you'll have trains whizzing past you as well, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you'll certainly be in for a surprise. So this gives you a good idea of some of the things to expect if you go to the fun fair. Now, go-kart track seem to be very popular with most people, and like I say, you've got different speed karts, so definitely worth a look. But the overall fun fair seems to have enough rides there to keep our children sort of entertained for a good couple of hours. So yeah, you got like a crazy golf in the background as well. So there's certainly a number of rides there that will cater for all ages. But probably one of the more scarier rides would be this one. It's yeah, if you don't like going round and round, then probably one to avoid. But yeah, it seems to be one of again another popular ride within the fair. But like I say, it caters for all ages. So like I say, this one's a bit more lame for the kids, but yeah, they seem to sort of try and use up all the tokens. And then yeah, trying to get them out of the arcade was a challenge within itself. But yeah, like you say, it depends on what you're after. And then Louise certainly getting a little bit carried away here with some of the games with Charlie.
Rightio, that's it for this week's video. Hopefully it's been helpful. Hopefully it gives you a good idea of what to expect when you actually attend site, as well as some of the different facilities there and also sort of nearby attractions. So hopefully that's sort of giving you some information along those lines. Now, as always, if it's been helpful to you, if you can consider liking, sharing and subscribing, that'll be great. And I will see you all on the next one. Cheers all.